Alright, and we are on. Hello, you beautiful people out there in the universe. Welcome to the podcast named 2.5 Crows, featuring me, Meteor Falcon, Mommy Crow, and Viper Crow, where we talk about everything and all the other things. Sometimes all sorts, sometimes other things. But yeah, how you guys doing?
I woke up 15 minutes ago. And I am tired. I'm still in bed. I want to sleep, but yes, I'm here for the podcast.
Nice.
Nice to.
How you doing, Sky?
I am doing alright. I'm a bit sick, but that's alright.
I'm a bit sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm a bit sick too. Actually, I stayed up one night for a long time, and it was like really cold in my room, but I didn't realize it was really cold until I was done doing what I was doing.
Bruh, what the heck?
No.
Wait.
Yes.
Hey, stay away from me. You guys are gonna get me sick. Stay away.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, because that can totally transverse over the Pacific Ocean.
Yes, transmit it through the microphone.
Imagine if that's a thing in the future.
As a kid, I thought that's how it worked, cause kids.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I'm like, oh, our voice is going through. How is the air not going? How is our breath not going through?
True.
Yeah.
That is true. Okay, random tangent, but it's kind of crazy when you think about the voice that we're hearing now to each other isn't actually our actual voices. It's just like something replicating what our voice sounds like. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Well, if we ever I've already met Sky IRL, but if I ever meet Meteor IRL, he talks and I'm like, who are you? Who the fuck are you? Yeah, sus. Kind of sus. But it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll recognize Meteor's voice.
Okay, another random tangent, but when you guys were talking about like kids and what kids used to think. Anyway, so I just did a introductory psychology course at uni, and that's kind of like the course where you get a taster of all the branches of psychology except for I think clinical psychology. But anyway, so since a bunch of it is focused on developmental psychology, so you talk about like theories and like what we know about how babies' brains develop and all that. And then a good amount of that time was spent watching kids fail cognitive tasks because
Oh no.
yeah. I think one of the ones were like, so I think it's the concept of like, so we learned why babies like to play peekaboo so much because they don't have the concept of, I think it's called object permanence.
Yeah, object permanence. If something leaves their sight, they don't know where it is.
Yeah, so like they think it actually poofed. Like because say for example, like I'm here, right, and then I put a blanket over myself. The baby doesn't understand that I've just put myself under a blanket.
Yeah,
And that the blanket is just blocking their sight. Like they legitimately think you're gone. That's why peekaboo is so entertaining to them because they don't have that concept. So so I think we watched a cognitive task where say like you have like two holes, right? Like you present them with a board and it has like two holes in it that you can like cover. And then you go, okay. And then you get the baby and you go, look, like I have this like your favorite toy. I'm gonna put it in hole A, and you cover it, and then you give it to them, and then you're like, okay, where's your toy? And then the baby will like eventually figure out that it's in hole A, and you go, okay, cool, the hole A. Okay, I'm gonna use your favorite toy. I'm gonna put it in hole A, and then you put it in hole A, cover the hole, and then give it to them, and then eventually they learn that their toy is going to be constantly hidden in hole A.
Oh.
Anyway, you do it a couple of times, and then you go, okay, here's your toy, and you hide in hole B, and then you cover it, and they're watching, by the way. They look, you can see them, they have it embedded in their brain that their toy will be in hole A. But even though they just watched you put it in hole B, you can see them look at hole B, and they still go for hole A.
Dude, it's like,
it's so wacky.
It's like the left brain and right brain are still separated or something. Because the left brain sees it go in that hole, and then the right brain goes, I'm gonna go to hole A.
Yeah. Now that I think of it, that actually demonstrates like a completely different psychological thing. But Anyway, a lot of the time was watching babies fail cognitive tasks.
Oh my
So,
god.
and then all of us in the lecture hall, well, not in the lecture hall, but like, so we use lecture recordings from like the previous years because we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't do that. Yeah.
COVID, yeah. So, and you can hear like the lecturer and the class laughing, and the baby fails the task, and we're like, no, it's supposed to be that. And then, yeah.
They're so dumb. They're so dumb. The bliss of naivety. No, I'm joking. I think Meteor read a similar study, and he said that dogs have this are the same, where they have object impertinence. Apparently. Yeah.
Dogs have it too.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Apparently, dogs are the same. Hey, dogs are actually pretty smart. They're as smart as like a 4-year-old toddler, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I can see that now. Oh my god, some dogs are so smart. I actually don't want to do some stupid shit around them in case they think, what the fuck, this person's so dumb.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think they think that way because they don't. Because one of the main things that differentiates us and animals is that we have self-awareness.
Yeah,
so therefore, we can go, we look at that, we go, yeah, that looks stupid because you compare it to yourself, right? Whereas animals, like, they don't. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean it as a joke, but it's just like I do get a bit like self-conscious around some, like I think specifically kelpies. I don't know, kelpies are just so freaking smart. Like I don't know, I just see it in them, and then I act like really careful around. I don't want to offend them or anything because I feel like they'd remember it for life, and I'm like
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like
okay, yeah, psychology is very interesting. We went on a very random.
Started off. Okay. So the main topic I actually wanted to talk about is like the kind of like updates and stuff that happen in KR. Mainly because I think everybody's heard my thoughts about it, and I've heard Crow's thoughts about it, but I have yet to hear Sky's thoughts about it because your angle for where you want to take Nova is very different from almost anybody I've ever talked to, which is like. To explain that real quick, so I've always thought Nova had 3 like kind of routes he can go. The first one is like a more balanced Nova, where how he is now, he's just good against big bosses and that's mostly it. And the more balanced version is, okay, give him more capabilities of clearing and more capabilities with small bossing, etc. Then there's the thing that Sky said she liked, which is like make Nova even more glass cannon-y, like min-max him even more so he does more damage and he stays less safe the entire time. And then the third one, which is something that I would prefer, which is like a more type of support Nova where he can do damage against big bosses and decent against small, and then but he also can support the team with like super armor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Sky, you always wanted like the super min-maxing thing, and obviously that's not happening. I'm just curious how you feel about that.
Personally, I don't really have strong opinions about it. I think the fact that it hasn't taken that direction is, I think it's something that a lot of the player base is actually thankful for because of iframe ignoring.
Yeah.
iframe ignoring mechanics. If iframe ignoring mechanics didn't exist, then I think it would. I think that direction would be a lot more viable. But I think now that both exists and we're forced to tank in order to deal optimal amount of damage, I think the fact that they didn't go this route is actually a good thing. At least for the health of the class.
Yeah. If you wanted Nova to go to glass cannon route, would that be kind of similar to Doombringer? Doombringer is the glass cannon, like heaps of damage and no defense, right? Is that
I don't know about the defense though. I've never heard about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just know he has to get close because supersonic. That's about it.
I always thought of Doombringer as a glass cannon, like purely a glass cannon kind of.
Well, yeah. I mean, no, I don't think anybody is as glass cannon-y as Nova.
Oh, really?
Because
I think it's I think you can already say that from the fact that he's one of the only 2 classes in the game that burns HP for damage.
But he stays at that. I think Nova at his kind of like where he's supposed to be will die sooner than anybody else at a similar gear level.
Yeah, because that low health just like that the passive defense boost when he's low health does not help in burst.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's not equivalent to the HP he doesn't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
which is fine, I think.
I think it's fine, yeah, because you've lost HP for a reason. But
Yeah.
That,
I don't know,
Go ahead.
cause like at the same time, like for example, Nova takes so long to cast his skills, like Giga Permanence, like 3 seconds or something.
Yeah, I have a problem with that.
wow.
Yeah. On the other hand, we've got like, for example, Rage Hearts. He just shoot and leave. You know, like he just like his skill cast is so fast, and they even buffed his speed even more like over the years.
Yeah.
And then now you just like drop a nuclear. Something just drops a nuclear, and it just happens so fast that if you turn around, your nuclear will turn around with you before it even explodes. And then sometimes you miss the target that way. So I'm just like, yeah, you compare that, and then it's just like it's so much easier to survive as Rage Hearts compared to Nova Infrared, just because of that long iframe. Like I feel like the low health wouldn't have mattered if he didn't have that long iframe.
I agree with that. But keep in mind that this is only in the context of Burst. In pretty much everywhere else, like
everywhere else, the long iframe is actually a good thing in a way. It's for survival.
Yeah.
So next door, well, in that case, then I think in other areas it's more like his long iframe is okay as long as the damage on those skills is like justifiable enough for the amount of time he takes casting them.
Yeah.
Whereas for Burst, it's like you press Giga at the wrong time,
For that reason, I feel like actually Nova in Birth is more difficult to play than Rage Hearts.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's
yeah.
any question about it. Yeah.
Because I was like, I've always been thinking Rage Hearts felt harder to play than Nova, but now I'm like, yeah, maybe Nova is a bit more harder to play actually.
And I think this is why I would rate Nova as more of a glass cannon than Bloody Queen, even though Bloody Queen drops down instantly to 10% HP, which is even lower than what Nova used to be able to do. And then so I think the main thing. So I guess that's Bloody Queen, but even then Bloody Queen has significantly faster cast times. She can heal.
Yeah, she can heal it back like almost immediately.
And she also has an unconditional resurrected passive.
Yeah.
Zero
to hero, real quick.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said 0 to hero real quick.
Okay.
No health.
Yeah, so you go from 10 to 100.
Yeah.
In the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you could make the argument that if you get hit at the 10, you're absolutely screwed. But
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I remember when I was first learning the class, every single time I died was because I got hit while I was at that 10% range, and then I'm like, oh, good.
Yeah, that's kind of why she has that ability to heal. It's just because she bounces between them so often.
Yeah. How are the iframes on her? Like her
really short.
Except for Blood Tornado.
Oh, okay, yeah, true.
Except for Bloodstorm. Bloodstorm's the only long one. Everything else is really fast.
Okay, yeah, so, fair.
Probably not as fast as Twilight, but yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Really
Twilight do be very fast.
Let's say so. Okay, going back to the actual Nova changes, originally, right? Okay, let's talk about this because someone just mentioned in the chat. So they say the NI passive will get nerfed. I don't think so. Like Nova Emperor don't get 100 MP burst just like the 20 ticks. I actually don't think that would be the case for multiple reasons. I think one of the first reasons is because it is clear they tested this already and they're fine with it because the passive got nerfed before it was implemented in KR. If you guys didn't know. Yeah, so the nerf that they did is so originally, so you know how heat detection what it was old back in the day was you can use revolver to get multiple stacks and other things.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I noticed that got nerfed.
Wait, hold on.
Because I was expecting the tick to go up by like 2 when you use Nova, but he didn't.
Go up by 2. Tick to go up by like 2 mana per second.
Oh no, as in when you use revolver, you get instantly 2 stacks.
Yeah. So
that's right.
Yeah, so revolver gave you 2 to 3 stacks. Giga Prominence would give you 5 stacks instantly because it would overheat so many times. Deadly Raid will give you 3 stacks. Hellfire Gatling, my bad.
Not Giga, yeah, my Giga only has 1.
Yeah.
But,
so what they nerfed was that Hellfire Gatling was giving you all the max stacks, and Revolver Cannon was giving you 2. They nerfed that before the passive came out.
Oh.
Yeah. Because if they didn't do that, like you getting instantly 2 stacks from Revolver would be way too much, and then obviously, Hellfire Gatling automatically activating the passive is way too much.
Yeah.
The second reason is because I think they're trying to legitimately make Nova as a support Raven choice. A lot of times in this game, people will play certain characters to try them out, but only if they can support the team. Like, if someone asks you, "Oh man, should I play an L-boy?" What's your first response? Probably pick up Rune Master because he can support the team. You know what I mean? Like, if someone's just like, "Oh, I want to try out like Aura," it's just like, "Oh man, Aspara and Shakti are good options because they can support the team." You always, I think people a lot of times recommend characters who can support the team more so than what they can do individually, because it's just smoother to do that, you know. So
yeah.
I think giving one Raven out of the 3 these kind of support options just frees that up. The next thing is that this MP seems like a lot, but if you encompass all that he can do is support capabilities, he still doesn't come close to like Celestia, for example. He still doesn't come close to like Nyx either. He doesn't come close.
Not even Blue End.
Yeah, not even Blue End. Like it just seems like a lot because a Raven. I think it's just like a lot of people are just like, for Raven himself, this is a lot. Yes, but understand that this is not only just for Raven, this is for everybody in his party. That's the main thing with this, is that it's for everybody in his party.
Yeah.
So I think if anything, if they do want to nerf the MP, they might nerf the MP 2%. Because that's only for himself, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure because I haven't seen it in party play.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, so it's weird. I mean, okay, definitely, like, I agree with you guys when it was just like, oh, you know, 20 ticks per second with a 200 MP burst every 5 seconds. It's ridiculous. I definitely agree that it's ridiculous, but I definitely at the same time agree that a lot of these other support classes are really ridiculous too. So I think it kind of works out. At the same time too, we were saying earlier how hard it is to play Nova in Birth. It's gonna be harder to do this in Birth. I mean, I think it's still possible, but it's definitely gonna be a lot harder to do in Birth just because you're so fragile. So you can't. I don't think you just have to pay more attention, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I guess then we could say that two out of the 3 Ravens are like decent supporters, because I think Raycharge also has
Raycharge is a good debuffer. Yeah, he's a good debuffer.
More nuclear and weapon crash for 15-6 laser phase. Like pretty nutty. Okay. Now the big question is, between Raycharge and Nova support, which one do you guys like more now?
Now definitely Nova.
Nova? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Especially if you can get a good cooldown reducer. I think then the Nova changes will shine pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah. So it means you get 200 MP every 5 seconds. So his support is super armor with napalm, 200 MP every 5 seconds, and crit. Wait.
The crit is not shared. It's just the MP.
Oh, crit damage on himself. That's right.
Yeah, that's a self buff.
It does that, yeah. Okay. Okay, then yeah.
Yeah. Also, what Drimurni said, the 2 MP burst will get removed. I think that would negate the kind of the point of it. Like, it was just a 20 ticks. Because I don't think the 20 ticks are gonna do anything. I think the 20 ticks make it irrelevant almost.
Oh, 20 ticks. Okay.
Because I think the 20 ticks per second is nice, but you need that kind of burst to be able to heal as an MP healer, you know? That's like saying if OZ's Dark Web just like did like ticks instead of a burst too. Like MP has to be kind of in a burst. Like maybe they would reduce the burst from 200 to 100 maybe, but I don't think they would get rid of the burst.
Yeah. I think if they were to nerf anything, like maybe they'll go, oh no, but it's too much MP, then yeah, if anything, I would nerf the ticks.
Yeah.
Because the ticks is a thing that applies to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Oh yeah. So another good thing about that passive is that now we open up. I think 1 to 2 sockets just got opened up because now you have 25% perma crit, which is really really good.
This is multiplicative as well, by the way.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
Yeah. This is. I think it's 1 to 2, maybe 3 sockets just got opened up just from that change, which is really nice because that's more boss damage.
Yeah. Might only be like 77.5% more force damage, but it's still more damage.
I mean, that's still it. A little bit adds a lot,
Yeah.
What else? What else? Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. I think I'm definitely gonna have to play with this myself. But the ignition crow changes. Like, first of all, you can use giant pot now. Like, Nova can actually use a giant pot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they changed the positioning so you can hit small things now. Because before, if you use a giant pot and you used it, you'd miss anything that was short.
Yeah.
But they changed it. But I think what I think is really nice about the change is that they didn't screw up the change.
Yeah.
In terms of that, like you still kept the 3 platform vertical range, but you can just hit more stuff now instead of them going, oh look, some of your vertical range got nerfed because spaghetti code oops.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
really nice.
and the crit trait too, I think will be really nice in the later dungeons, just because a splash skill with a crit, I think that'd be pretty solid.
Yeah, for farming in endgame dungeons especially, because I think we're seeing a trend where defense is pretty. It's like defense seems to be getting higher.
It is getting more important in defense.
And remember the shells in Trosh? Haha.
Oh my gosh.
Shells? Wait.
The crabs.
Oh, the crabs, the snails, whatever. You want to call them.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I something like armadillos or something.
Yeah, there you go. Or armadillos.
You can do the armadillos, yeah, but I think everyone calls them either crabs or shells or snails.
But now I'm not gonna say what the other name I call them. It's too inappropriate.
Oh my gosh.
I hate them though.
Yeah, they suck. Go ahead.
Wait, in regards to Nova Imperator's ignition crow ticks. So wait, it gives the party 200 burst mana, and then the ticks are only for yourself. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Ticks only for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense then. I thought the ticks were for the whole party.
Oh, that'd be amazing, but alas.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look in the Babel translation, it says maximum stack ally MP recovery 200, maximum stack per second MP recovery 20 second. The 20 per second doesn't have the ally thing.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I got it. TY for the clarification.
To respond to Jeremy's comment, critical damage is 10% at full stack. No. So when you get Master of Warfare, it gives you 5% crit per stack, 25% at max, and then when you hit max, they added something new, which is 10% critical damage increase. 10%. That's critical damage increase.
Very
different
stuff. So what they kept untouched was the critical rate part.
Yeah.
Yep. So yes, the critical damage is a nice boost, but I think the fact that you can maintain max stacks is the biggest change, I think. Or at least one of the biggest change alongside the MP or allies.
Right. Oh, which is really nice. Go ahead.
So in regards to maintaining the stack, will that mean Nova will just constantly have like that mana gain, or it has an internal cooldown, right?
Yeah, but you can reset it every 5 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. Internal cooldown 5 seconds when the thing lasts.
Yeah, so every 5 seconds you just get
So it is infinite. Yeah, if you reset it every 5 seconds.
Yeah, so basically you just get 20 MP per tick like permanently because you can.
Holy shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think they want a Nova in party. They want a Raven to be taken in party play, and they really, really want him to be taken in party play. And I think this is like one of the only ways.
You can get rid of all your mana potions. Only bring health potions. What the heck?
Yeah, he wants. Oh yeah, Sky was talking about that earlier before podcast. You were saying like something about like now you can actually use potions for HP instead of just MP and being sad you got HP.
Yeah, because sometimes when you know in Burst you have to use potions to survive now. Like they're not just there for MP anymore.
Yeah.
And there are so many consumables in this game that heal HP as well as MP. But I think before this update, sometimes it's like, oh, I'm pressing this potion for MP, but I wanted to be able to save it so I can use it to heal, but I need MP now. So
But
now you can just you can just use it for HP now because you have so much MP already.
Oh my gosh, we need to try this out when it comes out.
I think they put, like, well, at least like to me, like personally, I think these changes of him having so much MP is, at least to me, like I find that really funny because there are all these classes out there with so many MP problems, and then Nova is like, oh, the Cog is like, oh, Nova has no MP problems already. Let's
zero. Like, he's comfy. He's comfy Crow, man. What the heck?
It's making me even more comfortable.
But you know what's interesting? I feel like that's like Nova to a T almost, right? Like, he's such a min-max character in the sense of just like, this man's really, really good against big bossing, and then just normal against small bossing, that like, him getting this MP thing, where it's just like, his MP gain was fine, and he just got more MP gain, like, that just kind of like, doubles down on the fact that this man is just like a min-max type of like, weird character like this.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that, I don't know.
But yeah, another thing that I thought was really interesting was that I don't think any of the Korean players are complaining about his MP gain.
No.
But yeah,
there was one Korean, dude, there was one Korean player who didn't like the Nova changes, and they job changed to Spirit's Blade before the patch even rolled out.
I think they changed back because I saw a recent video of him.
Oh, okay.
Unless that was an old recorded upload.
Kick W, alright.
I swear, I don't remember though. I'm not really sure.
Well, it's okay, we don't drop names so we can just...
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
I might do that in the background while we're talking, is like, see if I can look at some KR forum posts and curious what people think about this.
Okay, fair enough, fair.
Yeah. What else did I want to say? Did we say pretty much everything? Oh, we didn't talk about Ifrit Flame, so... Ifrit Flame has something that I've always wanted. Well, first of all, overheat.
Infinite piercing.
And infinite piercing. Yeah. So,
yeah.
When I was watching the videos, I couldn't... So, I wonder how Ifrit Flame hits now. Because, like... In the sense of, like... Is it doing... Because I saw a video where, like, it was just doing a lot of hits to these 5 training dummies. And I'm just like, does Ifrit Flame do splash? Or is it, like, every second the crows are hitting you, you're getting hit?
It does. It does have splash damage.
It does?
I
okay.
Think. Yeah, I saw someone comment on it. They're like, "Oh, Ifrit Flame has splash damage now." By the way.
Yeah, I guess it's just because how it works. Like changing it from a 2-hit thing to a multi-hit thing, it just does that now. So that's interesting. That like, I unironically might make Ifrit Flame heavy instead of killing 2 or whatever.
Okay. I think it makes sense to give it the splash damage because you know how like in the past it juggled the enemies, but now it doesn't juggle the enemies.
It still can. I saw it juggle.
Oh wait,
I think it still can.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, unless they have super armor, obviously.
Okay.
It's just that the crows don't stop when you.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I thought it doesn't juggle the enemies anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it still does.
Yeah. You know what we should do? We should like once these Nova changes come out, just 3 men birth 15-5. 3 Nova Imperators in birth.
Oh, that's right. We don't need healers because we're our own healers.
We are the healers.
I'm curious about that too.
Do
multiple? What happens if you have multiple Novas in a run? What happens?
I think it's stacks.
I would assume so because it doesn't say it does. Okay, if anything gets nerfed, it's that of like.
It's stacking with other Novas.
Yeah, only one MP burst will be. I don't even know how they would determine that in the game. Like, I don't know how you would program the game to be like, you can only get MP from 1 Nova. But if they could somehow do that, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, nothing in the game is stopping you from having 2 blue ones healing. Like,
you know what? That's right. You know what? That's so true. You're 100% right.
Yeah. Actually, the celestial thing doesn't really count because it's a party. Because it's a buff that applies.
It's a buff.
Party,
yeah. This is a burst, not a buff.
Yeah, but like for blue one, like. Yeah. Nothing stopping you from having 2 blue ones. But I'm sad. Oh, this comment. I'm sad because they didn't change core. Yes.
Oh,
I think
core.
I'm very sad at that too.
Well,
I think.
Go ahead.
People have been complaining about core since forever, because you look at all the other systems that the characters have, and by comparison,
they define them pretty much.
Yeah. By comparison, Raven's one just looks.
It's still if Memorize, I've said it before, but if Memorize didn't make people legitimately angry, Raven's system would be the worst, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
That's a good segue though to segue into what is this? So something important to note, and something some people have asked a lot, is just like, how come my character didn't get buffed? How come my character didn't get buffed? Okay, and to clear up a kind of confusion people are having, so this balance patch, they asked players to give advice and help with this balance patch, so people post on the forums about it. This balance patch, the key part of it is that it's supposed to help people who don't get into birth based on the data they collected of who cleared birth. So based on that data, that's the characters that got changed. So that's the first clarification. The second clarification is some people were saying that, like, oh, this isn't player influence because the conference hasn't happened yet. No. This is player influence, but it's player influence by the forum posts, not the conference, because the conference obviously hasn't happened yet. But it is still player influence because it's based on the forum posts. And then the last thing, which is, is my character going to get a buff soon? Yes, your character probably will get a buff or some type of change after the conference happens, which they just revealed to be June 19th, a Saturday. They just made a forum post. They just made a post on their website about it yesterday and said, to arrange a schedule available in June, it was confirmed to be held on 6/19. Well, just saying, yeah. So yeah, it will be 6/19. And it's already revealed which players will be there. Obviously, I don't think any of us know these players, but yeah, there you go. These are the players that were revealed to be going as representatives. But I guess it doesn't really matter because we have that document. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as the representatives follow the documents, I don't really think it matters who is actually going. Yeah. Some people theorize it might be live streamed on YouTube. I'm not sure, but it's happening on June 19th. So there you go.
It's happening TM. No longer soon TM.
Yeah, it's no longer soon. Now it has a confirmed date.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Would be cool if it was live streamed. I would like to watch that, even if I can't understand Korean.
Yeah, just like try to understand what's happening, what's going on.
Alright, guys, it's time to pay for a live Korean translator. Korean to English translator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Or quickly learn the language within a month. You guys reckon we'll get a free job change ticket when this patch rolls out in NA?
I think Korea did.
Korea did? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think there is a possibility that we will.
Possibility, but not 100% confirmed.
Because, as we all know, last time our balance patch was a lot more delayed than theirs were.
Yeah.
I think that's understandable because sometimes they might implement a balance patch and then realize, oh no, this is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Roll back things and then we end up. So I think it's a bit like how Korea got the super buffed Liberator when Percy did like double the damage it did now.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Liberator came to NA, we got the nerf version.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought NA withheld on the job change for so long last time is probably because like I thought their mindset might have been, oh dude, people already know which 3 Noah job classes are gonna come out. We don't need to give them job change ticket. That's what I thought.
Oh, I thought they were just delaying until anniversary.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, my days of rage highs were pretty short-lived this time, but hey, happy to change to Nova.
Oh! Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, I enjoy Nova and PvP so much more than rage highs. Even to this day, I'm still struggling with this no resurrection gameplay. He's tank. He's nice and chunky, but like no resurrection, no extra life in birth rate. It feels weird. Yeah, Meteor, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, the one thing we missed talking about the Nova changes was the Giga Prominence change, which is that's a long time coming. Yeah, that's a long time coming. It's honestly so dumb how influenced that skill was by platforms, because especially in like certain roster rate stages, you could get absolutely cocked by like platforms, and there's nothing you can do. You just gotta hold that L. It's so dumb.
Or is that if you use a giant potion and it'll start like it'll just go on a different platform. Even though you could say so in 12/7 phase 2, if you're on the bottom platform, right, there's no platforms around you. But if you use a giant potion, then it still goes on the platform to your all the way to your left and right. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Something goes up and above you, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's so stupid.
Wow, that's actually kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they changed it now. I saw a video clip of someone in Sea of Ruin with Nova Imperator. They like slid off.
Yeah.
Slid off the edge with Giga Prominence, and it just followed them the whole way down and just killed all the vertical ones.
Oh god.
That's so funny.
No matter what to describe how amazing that is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though it's a very... Even though it's like very... Like it's a gimmick that really only applies to that dungeon.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you could also another benefit is that you can also if you're not strong enough use that against Trosh because it flies now.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
Wait, butterfly? No, wait, butterfly. You have to
No, not that you're flying. I just kind of meant the pillars are flying because they're going above the platform.
Also, like you slide into the pillar. Wait.
No. Okay. Fly was just a bad word. Flying was just a bad word to use.
No, what he means is like, you know how currently with Giga Prominence it doesn't go off the edge, so it stays
There you
on
go,
your
off the
platform,
edge.
It doesn't hit those trosh like unless you use mod Giga Prominence, it doesn't go off the edge to hit those trosh that are flying.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's what you mean. Okay, yeah.
So now with this new one. Oh my god. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Oh, that's gonna be so nutty. Ah, I'm so keen. As long as Saba does a one-hit Trosh with devastating strike on his rage heart, I'm gonna be enjoying like flying Giga Prominence. Floating Giga Prominence.
And it's funny that you mentioned Mod Giga Prominence because now Mod Giga Prominence got worse because it's only upside now is on normal Giga Prominence.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Mod Giga's only upside was that it ignored platforms and like went past edges, but now normal Giga Prominence goes past edges.
Honestly, might as well delete Mod Giga Prominence at this point.
Yeah.
It's so redundant now. Well,
yeah.
Mod Giga Prominence. Giga Prominence in PvP. Let's go. No,
no, it's still weak.
Yeah. If only.
I guess to answer the question in the chat, so the buffs are to mainly help them get through burst easier.
We'll get
I think
taken.
From my perspective, yeah, I think it's less of the characters getting through birth, and more of characters getting taken for birth.
Yeah.
Just like implement these changes and go, hey, these characters can contribute to party now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about these buffs from a birth perspective, where it's just like, okay, the only reason to take a Nova now is if he's fresh. But now you have a reason to take a Nova because he can give infinite MP to the party. That's an actual party benefit.
Yeah. Oh wait, true. 200 MP every 5 seconds. Holy crap.
Yeah. That's an actual good reason to take Nova.
Oh my god,
yeah.
Naughty. Okay, yeah, definitely. Because I feel like even now, nobody would take 100% rage hearts even with the mod nuclear and weapon crash.
Yeah, honestly, it was like good DPS. Like super guy.
Holy, okay, yeah.
Oh, speaking of 200 MP per 5 seconds. I'm trying to like do the math in my head as to how worth that is compared to other healers. I think especially because trying to think. Because almost every single other heal is max MP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one's flat 200 compared to max.
Yeah.
It's just it's like in a way a very consistent 200 MP.
Yeah, that's the thing is that it's not ticks like any other healer. 'Cause I think almost every other healer does small ticks.
Yeah, well in a way, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like a super burst.
This is like a fat ticks.
Mm-hmm. It's either a half or 1/3 of people's MP bar, just right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Every 5 seconds as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll do.
That's kind of nutty.
Yeah, now I'm only just comprehending like how nutty it is. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
These are.
It seems broken when you're just looking at Nova, but understand that this changes for the party, like, as a whole, so Nova gets taken. If they take away this from Nova, he's back at the spot where no one takes him.
Yep.
Because Napalm Super Armor ain't... That's not it, Chief. How'd they not change that, by the way? Napalm Super Armor is still jank as hell. Even after this birth change.
If you guys could change it, how would you change it?
Make the range go backwards and forwards. Give it a support trait, like either a longer duration or a longer hitbox. And then maybe put an extra buff, like a defense buff. That's it.
Okay, yeah.
Either one
And
or all of
Yes.
those.
I was thinking application process. Imagine if they change it so that there's like everyone gets a little crow icon and then everyone just gets those buffs when you throw the ignition crow onto the.
Actually,
So
that's
kind
something.
of, so it's a bit like War. So
Yeah.
a bit like Wonderwall.
So Wonderwall, yeah.
Honestly,
But I feel
I like that more, where it's like if you touch the fire at some point, then you just get the buff until it goes.
Oh
away.
yeah,
think
yeah,
that'd
like
be the
that.
best.
I mean,
Yeah.
That'd be ideal,
Oh.
but I think at the same time you have to also consider that Wonder Wall has a really small AoE. So yes, it applies a buff, but like you have to put some effort to hit people with it.
True. I think it's okay for Nova. Cause I was thinking Revolver Cannon and 7 Burst. If you like 7 Burst and Revolver Cannon next to each other, it kind of pushes him back so that he's in a good position to.
Yeah.
Ignition
That's what I do. Is I always Ignition Crow, Super Armor, after a 7 burst,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
which makes it
Yeah.
work-ish, but it's still pretty jank.
Yeah, I do the same because sometimes I do both Ignition Crow and Revolver Cannon, just to put the extra push back, and then I mean, 7 Burst and Revolver Cannon into a Ignition Crow, but yeah.
It's a work in progress, and I'm very, very surprised they did not change it.
Yeah.
Especially the traits, because it has damage traits, which is strange.
True, and it's like pretty jank.
Yeah.
I appreciate this new change though. Anyway, for the 200 MP, so I'll take that for now. Hopefully
What?
in the future
Yeah.
they'll-
Oh, the mana healing? Yeah. He needs
Yeah.
it.
We'll take that for now. I'm happy with that for now.
No, maybe after the conference, something else will be changed.
Change.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you guys want to theorize about the conference, I think a core change is almost imminent after the conference.
Yeah.
Just because,
I agree.
like we've been saying, like character systems are who these characters are for a lot of characters. Like Elboy, he is Way of the Sword. That's so integral in a system. Like maybe not Nature's Force. I know Nature's Force helps, but it's not integral to Rena. Like what else? Like combination points for Lucille, the Moon system for Noah, the DP system for Ad. All these things are pretty much define who these characters are, and then Core is just there, just doing a little extra damage.
It just does the plus, yeah.
Yeah, and giving a little bit of defense.
I think the main reason why people don't complain about, say, well, at least like why we are so vocal about this, even though Eve Core and Nature's Force doesn't add anything gameplay-wise, is like their benefits are a lot more. And I think you have to also to consider that I mean, yes, you can also say that but the damage of Eve's Core and Raven's Core could be compared in terms of that both cores don't deal very much damage. You also have to consider Eve as a B key as well.
Yeah. Also, Eve has a tertiary system. She has the V skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should. I don't know. I feel like they should just give everyone a V skill now.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think so too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair. Okay. I was worried I was making a stupid opinion.
No.
I think it's especially the case because every new character we've had
Has one.
actually
More or less.
Actually not.
Not every
so-
character, but I think every character out of the
character, yeah.
3 usually has one.
Yeah.
Cause
And there's also that if you look at I think even with Celestial, like I mean yes he has no V heal. No V skill, but
no, he does. He has card switch.
oh my god, my brain.
It's okay.
Now what I said.
It's okay.
Yeah, I was thinking Noah didn't have as well until me.
Yeah. Celestia has card switch.
Yeah, it doesn't switch. I mean his system is like not.
Yeah, for Celestia, it's less important about his character system, which is the moon, and more important about the card system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess with him it's like.
Yeah, but that's
Alright.
like one of the 3. Like the other 2, it's still very important to use the moon.
Yeah. If you guys could design a V skill key for Nova, what would you give him?
Or specifically Nova or Raven in general.
Oh wait, Raven in general. Sorry.
Okay. I
I mean, like, I mean, is it bad to almost be like I kind of want him to like activate like almost like an overclock thing with his arm, like maybe like the arm goes into overclock, and so for base Raven that just means he gets more damage and things like that, and then after the duration is over, maybe you get like a defense down or like an HP down or something like that after it's over, and then each of the different pads kind of have a different version of that overclock kind of thing.
Okay.
No,
So-
I think that's what's going on.
Never gets an overheat stack when he uses.
Yeah,
it.
so maybe for Nova, like when he activates kind of the overclock. I haven't. I just thought about this now, so I haven't like thought about it. So maybe the upside has to do something with maybe something with his overheats, like
Okay.
maybe it adds something extra with his overheats, even though the overheats already add something extra. Maybe it improves like one of his passives or one of his skills to do something more. And then the downside is like I don't even know. Maybe you make the downside less as like you get jobs or whatever. But I feel like the downside would just be like maybe an HP decrease.
Okay.
But if you're already at the 40%, maybe it doesn't matter. And then maybe for like Ray Charts, for example, like what would be something? I just don't know with Ray Charts. It's hard to say. Maybe with the Ray Charts, it would be like a like you activate it. Maybe it would automatically give you like all the stacks of that awakening passive. Maybe that'd be interesting.
Oh,
Like maybe everybody has just like a base damage increase, and then it does something unique for each of these characters. Like maybe that could be like Ray Chart's unique thing is that it automatically gives you every stack of that awakening passive. I don't know. I think maybe that'd be cool.
Furious
I think so
Blade,
too.
though.
Yeah.
Oh, Furious Blade kit.
Oh yeah, the Furious Blade's a tough one. I mean, my first like just reflex is to be like it's like it's like a very unique overclock where he gets to use one skill for free, like MP wise. Like that's the first thing I turn to.
Sounds kind of OP. Actually.
Maybe. Because I mean that's just the first thing I turn to just because I know that's his issue is MP.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking like maybe you could like press V when core is active to consume the core and just you know how like you only gain mana and health when core like ends, like your awakening ends.
yeah.
Make it so that pressing the V key when core is active will give you the mana and health back or something. But like in PvE, it'd have to be a larger amount in PvE.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Well, I guess that would also, I don't know. I mean, like that's technically better than what core is now, but I still think it'd be kind of weird just because you would lose it for the whole awakening unless you know what I mean.
Yeah, but at the same time you can get core back so easily though.
You could probably like slap on like a 30-second.
Oh, you're saying okay? You're saying you get it back. You're saying you get it back.
Yeah. So I'm just
Okay.
like saying how like works just like
Yeah,
you don't end your awakening, you just consume the core to gain MP mana, but then like once you use a special active, it just comes back. It's just the path, the V skill key just goes.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I thought you were saying like it's like how it is now, where like since core is gone, that's how you got the MP. But you're saying you can get core back anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty much like Eve's, a bit very similar to Eve's V skill key, where she gets one of them gets health back, the other one gets like mana back, and etc. Yeah. I am so hungry. What the heck?
I know, yeah, but I mean that's just one solution I had, just because like I don't know, I just feel like at least lore wise that's kind of just like the first thing I went to is like the arm just like makes his body kind of like be stronger, but like for a downside type of thing.
Yeah. Like personally, I'm as someone who really likes glass cannons to be as much glass cannon as possible. I'm very much support of the idea. Well, at least especially for Meteor suggestions. I think what I would have done is, at least for Nova specifically, is I don't know, maybe like buffs the overheat buff, gives him more attack.
Yeah, like like it'd be crazy. Like okay, I just thought of something else for Nova. Like, what if during the duration of like this buff, he can like stack his overheat buff 3 times? Because you know how you can stack it twice. Like, what if it's duration he can stack it 3 times, for example? I think that'd be kind of neat.
I think what I'd do is I'd give him like insane amounts of tower for like the duration, and then make him have like the biggest amount of drawback in the biggest amount of defense drawback during it. Or maybe, I think the drawback should be during it. So then you actually have to think about.
Are you saying the drawback would be during it? So he's just like, so after the V skill is done, he goes back to normal essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like during the V skill, so like while he's like doing it, like he's the squishiest character. He's like the squishiest all hell. I don't know.
That's kind of cool.
Or it doesn't necessarily have to be like in like directly squishy like defense decreases and all that. It could really just be just HP burn per second or something.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think that'd be cool. For
FB, what do you think if his V skill gave him like a temporary buff that gave him like 20% more hits on everything during its duration?
Oh, I mean, I think that could work. Like everything just does more hits, yeah.
Yeah, so indirectly you get more damage and you get. So maybe like you use like during it you gain like some kind of like after image. That like.
Oh yeah, like I mean, he'd be more like Virgil, like that one Virgil move where he makes a clone of himself.
Yeah, so he summoned like a mini clone of himself, and then so that which appears after every skill, and then it does like.
That'd be so freaking.
And then the mini clone, and the. Oh, actually, would be really neat. You do that, and then the clone does the same amount of hits as you, but its damage is like 20% of what you do. So you essentially double your hits.
That'd be so sick.
I feel like that'd be a bit OP as well.
I mean, it would, but I don't know. This might be the wave. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like so more damage.
Yeah.
But I think it also somewhat alleviates. Well, it doesn't really alleviate it per se, but this would also indirectly mean doubling the amount of MP gets back skills.
I mean, I think that's fair for FB because it helps his bad side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of OP though.
It does sound. Yeah, it does sound very OP. It does.
It would be fun.
It would be fun though. I mean, yeah, that's actually pretty like that. I think that's actually pretty cool, and I think it works with because atomic cutting is pretty much that. So he's definitely done something like that before, where he's made like after images. Because he has atomic cutting.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the whole point of atomic cutting, he's destroying his sword so fast that no one sees it.
Yeah. Oh man. You know what would be cool? Now I just thought about this for Nova. I'm bringing this back because I always bring this back when I talk about Nova. If the V skill activated the Crow Familiar, I think that maybe that'd be cool.
Oh, his friend.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always wanted a Crow Familiar. That's why.
You got a crow that does.
Cause like maybe like that could be an interesting route to take with this. It's just like, maybe this system like. There's like a temporary, like almost like a summon of something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like yeah. I know it,
like FB summons like this after image. Nova summons this crow to support him, and then maybe Rage Heart summons the Infernal Arm. I don't know. You know?
Oh yeah, that's okay. I can see that happening. That's pretty cute. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Just thoughts. Random thoughts.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds pretty cute. Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
Cute crow. Who doesn't like cute crow?
Yeah, I've always wanted one. I was very sad when Incineration Mod was not a familiar and it was just a bad skill.
Rip.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Why is Nova's mod skills are so bad?
Yeah, except the ones he got just by job changing. Those are really good ones.
Yeah, exactly. It's the freaking free ones you get that are the best, huh?
Yeah. All the ones you had to grind for are really bad except for Breaking Fist. I think Breaking Fist is the only good one.
Yeah, for PvP.
And yeah, even then it's just in PvP.
It's just PvP, yeah. Well, I mean, it saves off the grind, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Oh, not like some other classes who have like game-changing ones from their quest.
Yeah, I know, right? Like so many characters have like game-changing ones.
Oh, they really just went and said, "Hey, Nova doesn't need anything. Screw."
I mean, at the same time though, like Mod Revolver and Mod like Bursting Blade especially are very game-changing.
Yeah, true.
Especially Bursting Blade.
Actually, I think especially Bursting Blade. Yeah, Mod Revolver adds like.
It's a better boost. It's a nice little boost.
It's like, but isn't it only like a 200? Isn't it like only 200%?
Yeah, something like that.
300% difference.
Well, the problem is that mod skills don't. I don't think mod skills get the final enhanced trait, which I think is weird. I think maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I have to check.
Okay.
Because whenever I look at the UI, like yeah. So if I'm looking at it right now, it says the force skill doesn't have the final enhanced skill text. So I always assume that force skills never have the final enhanced trait. You know what I mean? I'm showing it on screen right now.
Wow. Oh wait, can you say it again?
So it's okay. So if you look at my screen right now, I'm looking at Revolver Cannon, and it says the Force version text doesn't have the final enhanced skill text.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I always assumed that I always assumed that Force skills never had the final enhanced trait, which was weird. But I'm not sure. Like
I'm not sure either.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Wait, actually.
Go ahead.
Oh, don't worry, it's still early. I was gonna suggest taking a break.
A break?
But it's okay, if you guys want to keep going, it's fine.
Wait, take a break to do what? Do you need to do something?
No, I just want to rest.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, you can if you want to. It's up to you.
Intermission. Alright, do a giveaway right now. Meteor.
Do a giveaway.
Intermission giveaway.
How much time do you need? How much time do you need?
5 minutes.
Yeah, sure. Take your 5 minutes.
Alright.
So what are your how's your day?
Pretty good. I pretty much didn't feel very well, so I took a nap most of the day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're both sick.
I felt better after. I felt a lot worse in the morning. I feel a lot better now, which is good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I remember when I got sick. So I got sick on Wednesday, and then was it Wednesday or Tuesday? Oh no, that's right. So Tuesday I went to work, and then I came back from work. Oh, I have sore throat. Okay, no big deal. Anyway, so I start doing things. It's like 9 p.m. and then like I suddenly get hit with this like I'm just suddenly so tired and I get really dizzy. I'm like, oh shit, okay, it's time to clock out. And then the next day, wake up with sore throat.
Oof.
And then like a really sore throat. And then I'm like, do I have COVID?
Oh no! That's true.
That came back negative, which is good.
Okay, good.
So yeah, I don't have COVID, but I still had a pretty sore throat. And then also I had so I guess for some context, I'm the social director for my university's kendo club. So like because of that, I have to organize. Anyway, so there's a social event coming up on the Saturday, and I'm like, will I recover in time? And I did not. So
okay.
And then so I'm like trying to order. Because I think I was going to end up doing a lot of the things on the day, but then like because I was sick and I can't go anymore, I was like, oh no, I have to tell now the rest of my executives have to carry me because I can't go. And then turns out the day was a success, which is good.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, but I'm like, it was stressful.
That sounds stressful. That's full stressful.
I am. Yes, stress.
Okay. I am trying to find a Wonder Markin top piece. And I don't know if I want to buy one at 777 mil. But I'm debating it. I'm definitely debating it right now. Because it'd be really nice if I could get one. Just saying. I like it. Because this MP cost is really, really, really good. MP cost 5. Like, that's kind of amazing. On, like, one accessory, MP cost 5? My goodness. It'd be really nice to get right now.
Okay, back.
Welcome back. I was just talking about how I really want the Wonder Mackin top piece. Because the MP cost is really good.
Oh, see.
But I don't know if I want to wait till it's like 700 flat or just buy it at 777.
personally, I'd buy it 777, but you also have to consider that I am not a very resourceful person. So,
it is really good though. Like, it's -5 MP cost just on that piece alone, which is like really good.
Well, oh, something quick that I just thought about.
What's up?
So I remember I saw a Twitter post where someone was someone was like, "Why do you guys like Chinese/Japanese voiceovers so much? I prefer I'd rather understand what my characters are saying."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually curious. Like, does your ability to understand the target? Does your ability to understand the language impact what voiceover you choose?
Okay, it depends on it's like game versus like anime. I think if it's like anime where I want to watch the scene as best as possible, I do prefer English voiceovers unless the English dub isn't very good, or I prefer the Japanese dub. Just because.
Regardless of what the subtitles are there.
Yeah, because when the subtitles are there, I do think I do miss a little bit of like the scene itself. Like.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm obviously not looking straight down, but my focus is low enough that sometimes, you know, I'll miss the visuals that are going on. For games, I don't think it matters to me. Like, I can just take one dub over the other, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because for me, like, it has always been, like, for me at least, it has always been a mystery to me why it was important to understand the language that they're speaking, as long as like subtitles are provided. As long like this is under the assumption that a translation is provided if I cannot understand it.
Yeah.
But at least to me, like what matters most is the voice acting. Whether I can understand it or not has like extremely zero relevance to whether I choose a language dub or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I think because of those views, like I found it really, I really couldn't understand this person.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when I don't understand people, that's kind of when, well, at least like on something that isn't problematic, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like to be able to understand the perspective of others, so I can either reflect on my own.
That's fair.
Yep.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely like I've never. For me, okay. At the end of the day, it's just like I really don't care what dub whatever thing is here. I don't care if it's a sub with the translation at the bottom. I don't care if it's a dub. I just like both. Honestly, I really just like both. It really doesn't matter to me. Welcome back.
Thank you. What are you guys talking about? Sure. Sub and dub?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think I brought about. It's not necessarily a difference between sub and dub, but more like, does it? I guess like the initial question I pose is, does it like how much does it matter to you that the voiceover language is a language that you can understand?
It does not matter to me, because I always watch anime in subtitles as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause I think it's also like I think I really want to watch the media in whatever original language they were dubbed in, because I think it just has that integrity to it, and I just like.
You do Genshin in Chinese too, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I think Genshin in Chinese. Yeah. For that reason, it's mainly also because like Zhongli's Chinese voice is so good, but yeah, it is integrity. But at the same time, I kind of really want to do like when I go to Monster, I use English. When I go to Liu, I use Chinese, and then when I go to Inazuma in the future, I'll use Japanese voices. Immersion.
When we go to Sumu, oh wait, there's no. Oh wait, when we go to Fontaine, oh wait, there's no French.
Yeah, in that case, it's just like, alright, I'm just gonna make do with whatever we have. Well, I mean, for English, kind of works. I don't know.
I think from my perspective on it is that I don't care. Is that I think I'm the same as Crow. Like for me, whether I can understand the language or not has zero relevance to what language voiceover I use. The only thing I care about is the quality of the voice acting.
Yes, I agree. And Japanese voice actors just typically have the best.
Yeah, Japanese voice acting is like a whole. Like it's not to say that English voice acting is not important. Or that the English voice acting scene is not as good. It's just that especially like culture. It's just mostly a difference in culture, I think.
Yes.
Because you have some things in culture that are a lot bigger in the Western than in the Eastern. Like for example, like if you're a voice actor in Japan, like especially if you've done like big name roles, like you are pretty much a celebrity. Like,
I've heard about that. Yeah,
you're pretty much a celebrity. Like you get invited to talk shows, interviews, and then all that kind of thing. And also like you have the power to make people, like to draw people into certain media just because you're involved in there. Like if you see a new game, oh my favorite voice actor's in there, I'm gonna play it just because my favorite voice actor's in there, without accounting for literally anything else. Like people will go absolutely wild. It's really big in their culture. Whereas for English voice acting,
it's a lot more. It happens sometimes, but it's a lot more rare.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I think
like usually the most famous like people who get advertised as being a voice, they're actors, like as in like live actors, and ironically I don't think a lot of the times they're not as good as like just a good voice actor or like someone who just does voice acting. Yeah,
true. It's like the opposite.
It's almost like the opposite. Like a normal actor is like, oh, this normal actor is in this video game or movie, and a lot of the times they do not do a good of a job as just like a straight up voice actor who only does voice acting.
Yeah.
I think another interesting point with voice acting is that like in Japan you can actually there are actually schools out there that you can go just for voice acting. Actually I don't know whether these are like performance art schools that have like majors in voice acting that you can go into. But I know that a couple of professional voice actors today have gone through that kind of formal training in voice acting.
It's interesting because I feel like even though this is like a thing that's it's a cultural thing in Japan, it's still universally even people in the Western country can just like relate to it, like just like really like Japanese voice actors and
I think it's definitely like the appeal of foreign, because funny enough, the reverse actually a lot of the times happens in Japan. So one of the examples I know is that it's also on the funny side too. But just like we debate kind of sub and dub for anime, there was a debate a while back of sub and dub King of the Hill, because obviously in the original version, King of the Hill is an American show, but when it's in Japan, like there was actually like a King of the Hill sub or dub, which is better kind of thing. And there are a lot of people being like dub is better. I mean, the sub is better, and the sub would be English, obviously. The sub is better because, like you said, like it was made in English, so that's the original language. And like, you know, kind of the same arguments. It's funny because the same arguments we make of like, you know, sub and dub here is the same arguments that they were making with sub and dub there with an American TV show, you know.
I think that's true. I think that plays into the fact that not only is it at least in my opinion about sub and dub, it's not only about the language that they're being used, but also the fact that it's voice acting that has received direction from the original makers, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, not that.
For example, let's say for Genshin, we don't know what's happened in the background, but the Chinese voice actors would have direct contact with Mario in China. We don't know whether that's the case for the Japanese voice actors. Like they could have had their branch could have had completely different directors. Same can be said for English.
Yeah,
same can be said for
we actually know a bit more about Genshin because the voice actors are actually allowed to be pretty vocal about like just kind of
things,
the things. Like I remember one of the biggest things when like a bunch of Genshin voice actors were talking is like the voice directors were very strict about how they pronounce Liyue. Like,
oh, that's right. Yeah, I watched that.
It was. They were actually pretty strict about how you pronounce that. They were just like that was the biggest struggle to say that word, just because like.
Yeah, just because I couldn't differentiate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I think the problem is Crow and I are Chinese, so we can't really relate to the struggle. But I think it's that like
they wanted to maintain the integrity of the language. It's just like pronounce it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too. Especially because it's culture. Especially because the region is so defined by the real life culture. Especially Zhongli, because his character is so heavily rooted in Chinese culture that like it's impossible to not like I don't want to say localize. But at the same time, like it's kind of like you play the character and you learn about the character, and it's impossible not to learn about Chinese culture at the same time.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with Zhongli because he used such ancient sort of language.
Yeah, ancient poetic language. I hate it, but
But it makes sense.
Yeah, okay. The only time I can actually understand what he's saying is when he's interacting with the environment, the enviro dialogues. It's like the one time he doesn't go like full archaic mode, and I'm like, but like other than that, if I go through his voice lines, I just listen to him and I didn't read it. I'm just gonna be like, okay, what kind of poetic shit is this guy saying?
Yeah, he just uses big. It's not this, like it's big words, but in the sense that you'd only use these words like if you're writing like flowery language, poetry and stuff.
Yeah,
like in a normal conversation,
you're not using this.
Yeah, if you're talking to him, like, okay, Socrates, shut the fuck up. Relax. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Well, I was gonna say. Oh, actually, I completely forgot. No, anyways, don't worry about
it. But yeah, I think that going back to the original point, I wonder what. I mean, going back to the original point of like being able to like choosing a voice actor based on your ability to understand it. I guess, like, to me, that was an eye-opener that people actually cared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, especially since, so, there was one time when I was streaming, someone came in, like, can you switch to English voice? I don't understand what they're saying. Because, basically, English was their second language, and, they can't read the text on the screen, they can only listen. Interesting. That as well, yeah.
But I just, but I think in this case, like, I guess in that case, that one was more like a how do I say it? Like a story relevance thing. Like for example, like voice lines that like stuff Raymond says in battle. Of course, if you're invested in the character, then it would be important to learn what he's saying. But at the same time, it doesn't have the story significance of say actual story dialogue.
So, yeah, it was mainly because I was doing a story quest at the time, and then that's why they were like, "Can you switch to English?"
Oh,
that's fair. Okay, that's fair to a degree. If they like actually want to know what's going on, they couldn't read it.
With the story, yeah. I think that's completely different.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be the same case if I was playing a game that's purely in Chinese, and like all the text was in Chinese, and I'd be like, okay, I wouldn't be able to play it in Japanese dub or anything. I'd have to play it in Chinese dub to understand what's going on. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
That's a little bit different from like the kind of like, cause that's like an actual, I don't want to say problem, but like, you know, that's actual like a something that you can it's not a preference thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's an issue.
That was not a preference thing.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, choosing between a dub and like sub with subtitles, like that's a preference thing, you know?
Yeah, sure.
I wonder whether this kind of thing has got to do with how do I phrase this in a way that's not disrespectful. Kind of like fear of the unknown.
I mean, I think it's kind of fear of the unknown and also like coolness of the unknown, because like I think
for some people they just don't like to listen to things that they don't understand, I guess.
Yeah. I think it's like a duality kind of thing. Like some people are just more comfortable with what they know, and then if they hear something off the hinges, they just like, it's like almost like a fighter, like a very mini fight or flight. Like, oh, I don't understand what's going on. This is not what I'm used to, kind of thing. Like they can have that reaction, or they can have another reaction, which I think most people do when it comes to like anime things, where it's just like, oh, this other language just sounds really cool. I don't really know what they're saying, but it sounds so cool, type of thing.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Because that happens with Japanese content a lot too. Is that like they're really enamored by like Christianity and like religion things. Like that's always in like a bunch of like the animes and stuff like that, because they're so enamored by it.
Actually, I noticed that with a lot of Chinese anime, it's just like people listen to Chinese and then they go, "This is so weird," like because like they're used to watching anime in Japanese, right? And then they go see a Chinese anime and then they go like, "This is so weird. Chinese sounds so weird to the ears." And I'm like,
no, actually,
I had a case on that actually.
But like, personally, I get this reaction too when I listen to English dub in anime. And the character speaks in English, and I'm like,
yeah, you know what? Yeah, actually, that sounds weird too to me now. Like, Genshin is okay. I feel like Genshin, I've gotten so accustomed with the voice actors' voices, that actually I find a Genshin English voice. But I can see like in other animes, if I hear English voice, I feel like, okay, this sounds really weird, and I just don't stick with it for long.
I think it's only because of our familiarity with associating anime and Japanese. So like we probably watch so much anime in Japanese that when we suddenly hear English, it's like, oh.
Yeah, for me it's just like if it's English dub or Japanese dub, they both sound the same, like normal to me.
Oh, okay, they're both good.
Yeah, like the one time that kind of happened was when I was watching the Elsword anime, when I'm just like, man, hearing anime in Korean is interesting. Yeah.
True. Okay, fair. I love to say the same about Chinese.
But yeah, I think it is that familiarity of just like watching enough of it in that language.
Yeah, for sure. Because as a kid, I did watch a lot of dubbed anime. Like, I was mainly watching dub. So like, I was first anime the anime that got me into anime was Bleach, right? So I was watching Bleach all in dub. But then it got to a point where like I caught up with the dub episodes. And then I was like, I wasn't bothered waiting, and then I switched to sub, and ever since I switched to sub, I just never went back. I just could not get used to dub anime ever again. But as a kid, I was very used to Chinese dub anime. Like for example, Digimon specifically, Digimon Adventure. I was always watching it in Chinese dub. So then like, cause Taichi in I think his name was Taichi, yeah. Taichi in Chinese, in Chinese that was called Tai. So then, when I went to like, I went to freaking watch Japanese stuff, and they're like Taichi. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta relearn everyone's names now. And it was so weird because they were saying the Digimon names, and I'm like, okay, which Digimon are they talking about? I don't know what they're talking about.
You know what's funny when you say that with like the different names and stuff like that? I think with a couple different series, especially back in the day, it's funny how like I think the English names for a couple of these things are a lot more popular than Japanese names, and the biggest thing I can think of is Yu-Gi-Oh! Cause like
Yu-Gi-Oh! And also Pokemon.
And Pokemon too. Like in OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the Japanese version, instead of Joey, his name is Junichi. Instead of Teiya, it's Anzu, and instead of Tristan, it's Honda. And like Yu-Gi-Oh! Now is most people know these characters as Joey, Teiya, and Tristan, not Junichi, freaking Anzu and Honda.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know what, but like I could not find any like sub version of Yu-Gi-Oh! To watch online. I could only find, any sub version of Yu-Gi-Oh! To watch online. I could only find the English sub version. So I'm like, maybe yeah, so maybe that's part of the reason when like it was like I could like only the English dub was available or something on our website. So I could not find I like if I did find a Japanese dub episode, it's only one episode. It was on YouTube and it was just like I could not find it on any like anime website. I just searched up Yu-Gi-Oh! It's only English dub. There's no sub version.
That's interesting. Another big one is, like you were saying, Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon have different names between English and Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest one I think is like Charizard, because
Lizard.
Yeah, in Japanese it's Lizard.
Yeah.
But I feel like Charizard is the much more known name.
Yeah, I think for sure. Like I think in Pokemon is always the English. I think maybe it's also because Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are such global like.
Yeah. When they came over here, that was like the
thing.
Yeah. Like that was like the doors of anime essentially were Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh!
I guess the only Pokemon I can think of is like Pikachu.
Yeah, well, Pikachu's the mascot, so changing that over.
Pikachu. Yeah, I like the way they say like Pikachu in Japanese. It's the same word, but it sounds different.
Yeah, we say it with different language sounds and everything.
Yeah, just like different tones and stuff, intonation. Yeah.
Alright. Should we
I feel like that's something.
What's up?
Never mind. I think I had something I wanted to say, but I forgot it.
Okay. I was gonna ask if you guys wanted to hit up some of these questions we have.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions actually. You know what I think? For next week, oh wait, if it's not wait, are we doing an ELS stream next week?
If you guys want to, we're in line to do one, but if there's no like big topic to talk about, we don't have to.
Okay. Cause I was like, if we're not doing an ELS next week, let's do like the top 10 video games one you've played and your favorites. Yeah, because I feel like that question we actually might need to write down a list, like think about it during the week and write down a list before the next podcast, because I feel like it's a really hard on the spot kind of question to ask. But other than that, any other question I'm happy to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, in that channel, whatever. Okay. Meteor just like, okay. Alright, fine. How about, okay, we'll just go from top to bottom then, the question list I've written down in the questions channel.
Sure. Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
anyone in particular, so.
Okay.
Go for it.
So the first one I wrote was so there was a story I read on the internet, and it made me think, right? I brought it up with Meteor, and it's like, oh, Meteor was just like, I'll bring it up during the podcast, see how Sky thinks as well. But there was a story where I saw so there's this girl and a guy living in separate apartment buildings. And what ended up happening was, so it's a TikTok story, right? So it's just like, it's serialized kind of thing. This girl sees, in the apartment building next to her, she sees a guy playing COD. And then so what she does is she writes a huge ass sign and puts it on her window screen and just waits for the guy to see her message, right? On that she wrote on her window, like on a big piece of paper, right? And then the guy ends up seeing her, and then he writes back, right? And then they're kind of like, for a short period of time, they're kind of like pen pals, yeah, I think. But then the thing is, the girl gets a bit like overly obsessive. Like she gets to the point, oh, add me on COD, I'll play with you and stuff. And then she gets really annoyed when he doesn't like respond, when he takes a long time to respond back. Like she's like, oh my god, why is he not talking to me anymore? Like on her TikTok story, right? And then so they went on this for like a couple of months, and then what she ended up doing in Christmas was she went to the guy's apartment, went to his lobby, and like dropped off a gift for him, right? And then she's like, oh, did you get your gift? Go to your lobby and get your gift, and etc. Like I dropped it under your apartment Christmas tree. But like, so I got to this point and I was thinking like, I don't know, the girl's behavior is kind of creepy, and I don't know if anyone like for example, if people who are listening in chat and YouTube, I don't know, would you guys think this girl's actions are kind of creepy and low-key stalker vibes? Because to me, it gives us a bit of low-key stalker vibes, and I was like really off. I was like, if this was in the perspective of a guy, I feel like a lot of people would have like.
Yeah, like that's the thing, right? Like the double standard. If it's a reversed, then people would immediately be like, "Girl, get out of there, get a restraining order," kind of thing.
Yeah. But if it's a girl doing it, it's kind of like, oh, it's very cute. But even then, I kind of like.
Yeah, I think like the sign stuff is okay. Like getting annoyed is a bit much. Like know your role. But
yeah,
the gift thing and like the gift thing into the go check your gift. If I saw that, I'd be like, heck no, I'm not checking that. There might be something weird in there.
I think the dude in the TikTok video actually felt the same way, because he kind of started ghosting her a little bit near the end, I'm being real. Like, he was just not into this at all. I guess he probably felt like he got some of the red flag. But I think there's a couple of comments in the comment section of the TikTok where like couple of people pointing out the red flag. It's just like, yeah, if I was in that guy's position, I'd dip as well. Not gonna lie. Yeah, so that was a funny story. I don't know if Sky wants to say anything about it.
Not gonna lie, I somehow zoned out. Oh, you were telling me. I'm really sorry.
No. Basically, TLDR is just girl sees a guy in her apartment building playing video games, gets interested, starts showing a bit of stalker vibes, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder if people in chat, if they want to say if they think that's creepy as well or not. Because I don't know. I don't know if it was just me who thought that it was a bit creepy for the girl to do that. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much that little segment thing I wanted to say. Going down the list though, the next question. Guy asked, who's in your current profile picture on social media, and why do you use that particular profile picture?
Sky, I think you asked this when you had a different profile picture.
Guy? No, I'm fairly sure I had my Skyros one.
Really? That's where you changed.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure I had the Skyros one. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't actually remember. But I do know Sky on Twitter, she has Nagisa as her profile picture, right?
No, it's Sky.
Oh, did you change it? Oh, you changed it back? Alright.
It's always been Skyros.
Really? Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, my Twitter profile picture is the one thing I had. One profile picture thing I've never changed.
Oh, I'm tripping then. Don't worry about it. I guess maybe Sky just retweets so much Nagisa Pixel on Twitter that that I'm just so used to seeing Nagisa.
It's just Nagisa.
That's fair. I mean, I guess I'll go first. So I think I talked about this a couple of times before, but usually, in my profile pictures are usually like what media I'm into at the time. So like whatever video game or whatever anime I'm watching at the time. And then somewhat recently, I've just kind of kept it as like Meteor Falcon fan art icons. Just because like kind of like keeping the identity type of thing like that. Like okay, this is Meteor Falcon, like almost like a brand type of thing. Until very recently, where my favorite manga character finally got her anime announced. Komi, good old Komi. Yeah, that's why I changed it to Komi recently. That's like a very rare time that I've actually had changed it.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty much exactly the same with Meteor, where like I just like to keep a sense of identity. So my profile pictures are typically always Mamikuro, like my character model, like either a fan of like. So currently, what my profile picture is drawn by Nos during the Raid Train live stream. It's my Raven, that Nos drew. But before then, I had the MMD rendered picture of my Raven model in game, and that was my Discord profile picture because yeah, basically the same thing as Meteor. What Meteor said was like I like having that sense of identity on social media. Because even on Twitter, it's my in-game Raven model. Yeah, it's just a profile picture of her. I mean him. But there are times where, like, for example, one time I started simping for Jail from Plunderers, the anime. And then I did change my profile picture to to that guy. So yeah, typically my profile picture is either Mummy Crow or it's the anime character I'm crushing on at the time. Yeah. Yeah, in the past it was always Raven. What about yes,
oh, my turn. I actually remember every single time I've changed my profile picture. Do I go into look?
You could briefly summarize like why. Yeah, you could just like summarize why you made these changes and stuff, etc., etc.
Okay, so I guess
actually, I'm most curious about why you keep your profile picture as Skyrus from the video.
So I think to go into so I think this ties into the background of why I had no profile picture for years.
Oh really?
So yeah, I had no profile picture for years. So at least on the old forums, I think I only got a profile picture like after 3 years. So the reason being is because at the time I was extremely self-conscious about impressions that I gave to people. So I heavily controlled all of my interactions, every single little thing that I gave off, essentially. This is why I had no signature and no profile picture, because I didn't want to create an impression based on an image alone. I wanted people to, how do I say it? Essentially judge me for who I am.
Okay.
Talk to judge me by interacting with me. Don't judge me just by how I look. Don't judge me just by how I appear.
Okay, but I feel like I actually like the idea of you having a profile picture rather than no profile picture, because I feel like if you had no profile picture, I would have felt like I was talking to a robot. So,
I'd agree with that to a degree.
Yeah, I think I definitely like it more. I like the fact that you have a profile picture rather than no profile picture. Yeah.
That's very interesting, because I remember when I first got the profile picture, like that was a very big I had a lot of anxiety having that actually.
Really?
I was like, oh, are people gonna misjudge me now? Are people going to think X, Y, Z? Just because I had a profile picture, so.
Because I would actually agree with the Crow. I feel like I judge people more if they don't have one, because it's so.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, and it just feels like, is this an actual person or is it a bot? Yeah, that kind of feeling. So I wouldn't actually if they didn't have a profile picture, I'd think of I wouldn't it's weird to think this, but I don't know. I wouldn't think of them as human I'm talking to. I feel like I have to be very careful around and I start withholding information. But if they don't have a profile picture.
Also interesting, because I think if I saw someone with a profile picture, I think depending on what it is, then I get the impression that I kind of know what they like, or like their preferences. Yeah, and then I think, okay, and then at least to me at the time, I felt this is a weakness I can target. If I ever need to do something, if I ever want to do something about it, this is something I can target. and then therefore having no profile picture keeps that anonymity.
I don't know. I think it's a good thing though, having a profile picture, because it helps people open up to each other in a way. I think like inadvertently kind of thing. Because you know how like in business situations where before you go meet a person, you need to go research them, right? And then you gotta understand what they do and stuff. I think it's kind of like that idea where you should have a somewhat of an understanding of the person before you start talking to them.
That's just the era we live in these days, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. That's how I would think of it. So I don't think having a profile picture would like ruin someone's opinion of you, etc.
Unless it's like a head-out face.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, either that or like it's a little lolly girl or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you can definitely have bad profile pictures where people judge you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but most of the time, if you don't do some like really weird chat profile pictures like some NSFW one, it's okay. Generally, it's okay. Most of the time, it's okay. Okay, Sky had to mute because her sister is vacuuming in the background.
Okay.
We could just, do you want to move on to a question while we wait for her to come back?
Sure.
Okay. Oh wait, I have a sensitive question here, but I don't know if I want to.
I'll come back. Sorry.
Okay,
sorry about that.
Yeah, you want to finish your answering? Yeah. Finish
yeah. So I guess the reason why I chose Skyrus is because my name is Skyrus.
Yeah.
So therefore, it should be Skyrus. But at least I think according to how I wanted the profile picture to reveal as little as possible about me. So I thought,
that's fair.
How about? And so I thought, I didn't want this profile picture to like reveal what I actually liked and everything. So I'm like, okay, I might as well just create a profile picture that is based off of like the name, like the character I based my name off. So Skyrus was naturally the answer.
But like, don't you ever get bored of having the same profile picture on your profile?
The anxiety of people knowing what I like is enough to keep it there.
Okay.
Okay. I can get that mentality.
Yeah. I feel like personally, okay, but obviously because I know we have different, like we're very different mindset people, right? I personally feel like there's nothing to worry about. Like if you put your favorite franchise, because I don't see how anyone can use that against you. You know what I mean? But obviously, like everyone's different. If you don't feel comfortable with it, then it's completely fine.
Yeah, I've only going into that. I've actually probably on average only gotten like really compliments and stuff for the different icons I use. If it's from like anime or games, like, oh, you're into that, that's cool.
Oh, yeah. Because I remember one person in your or somewhere I remember reading. I think the message was from Michiru, and Michiru was saying like, my sister said she didn't know Meteor watches call me senpai or something, and I guess she was just very happy about it.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an underrated show, you know. So
yeah, it was only manga, so not many people know about it.
Yeah, so in a way, seeing like a Elsa player know about it and make it their profile picture would probably be like oh my god, they know about this anime. Like they'd be like approval rating +1. But I think for Sky, you also changed your profile picture to like Nagisa, like.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I think the first time I did it was a lot more because I was changing profile pictures with someone else at the time, but just to match it. I think it was with that's right, it was with Clove, because Clove plays 1 billion idol games, and on Soul Stars was one. She plays like at least 8.
Oh my gosh!
Did she play Utano Prince Summer?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think she plays it on Stars, Utano Prince Summer, A3, Idol Master.
I dropped Utano Prince and Idol Master. Played both of them.
I think she plays. I feel like she would play Obami.
Wait, that's
Messenger.
an idol game?
Oh wait, no, it's not idols. That's just like a.
Okay.
I'm just saying UK game.
I have a story about Obami later. Okay.
Yeah. I think she plays A3. Was it A3? I think she plays Project Sekai as well. That's all the idols.
Yeah, okay, I know.
I think she plays Project as well.
Well,
she plays on stuff. And then so the event was Anyway, so my favorite unit in Ensemble Stars got an event, and I think this usually this is alright, but like for the fans of my unit especially, this was groundbreaking because we have had almost no content for the first 3 years of the unit's release. So when we got content, it was like, oh my god, it was actually earth-shattering. And then so I started changing my profile picture to my favorite character from that unit, alongside Clove in commemoration of that. And then I think this was during the event duration. Event duration ended, and then Gacha dropped a favorite character again, so I changed it to that to give myself more Gacha luck. And then and then I think after that first time, I've only been changing profile pictures obviously this doesn't logically work, but I think ever since then I changed my profile pictures to characters to increase my Gacha luck for them.
Fair enough.
99% of the time it has worked. 99% of the time it has worked.
Okay, let's go. It's the meta. It's the meta. Defining the meta. I think. Yeah. For Sky, she changes her profile pictures for practical uses. Meteor and I changes profile pictures just for like subjective. We like the character kind of thing. Or a bit of
only recently did I get back into it. Before then, it was just Meteor Falcon. Just everywhere.
Yeah, fair.
To be fair, I like the character. I like the character too, but the primary function increase Gacha luck.
This guy changes profile picture for functionality uses, not subjective stuff. But yeah.
Oh, sorry. I think that's right. Another time I changed my profile picture was during the April Fool's Sora event.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether. Yeah, so
I saw it. It was like Among Us thing, right?
Kind of, yeah. So all of us. So basically, what we mods did was we all changed names and all changed profile pictures, except for Kay. I think Kay was matching with someone else, so Kay kept her profile picture the same, but she changed name. So. So how this worked was, I think, I had Mythic's profile picture with Dai's name. Dai had my profile picture and Kay's name. Genevieve had like Mythic's name and someone else's profile picture, I can't remember. But the whole point was our profile pictures and our names mismatched. So then people we were trying to create alternate. Yes, I think for a while. So I think for a while Dai was talking with Kay's name and my profile picture, and then so I look at Askyra's profile picture talking with no perfect grammar and no capitals, and I'm like, was that really me? Like,
that sounds kind of funny now. I want to do that just to trip people out. Well, okay, next time. Okay, that's an idea. I'm gonna do my stream server actually. Actually, I should do that in Media's guild Discord server if you want.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, I don't think I remember seeing Sky with a different profile picture during April Fool's actually.
I do.
Oh.
I had Mythics profile picture.
Okay. Okay, I might have missed it then. Okay, that time. Okay. But yeah, anyways, what I wanted to say was about Obey Me and Mystic Messenger, those games. I think back in the day. Yeah. Back in the games, I played a lot of Otome games. Because a girl in my high school just recommended it to me, and she's like, "Oh, you should play this," and there's literally no. I don't know. I spent so much money on and I didn't really spend that. I don't spend as much money as elsewhere because like the chapters aren't that expensive. Yeah, but I feel like why was I swooning over these guys when I had Raven? SMH, disappointing. And but I think my favorite Ultimate game at the time was Kissed by the Baddest Bidder. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that.
I definitely wouldn't have.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, it set me on an emotional roller coaster anyway, that game. But about Obey Me, so I actually have a friend, Quarter, Meteor knows her, but she was very into Obey Me. So Obey Me is a gacha game, right? So you roll for your husband, this kind of thing. And what ended up happening, and this is the reason, okay, Obey Me is the reason why Quarter cannot get into Genshin Impact, because of Obey Me's gacha system, she hates gacha games so much. Basically what happened, she's a free-to-play player, and she grinded for months to save up for her favorite character, right? Obey Me doesn't have a pity system. And what ended up happening was, she ended up not getting him when his banner was out. And
oh no.
She got super salty and she never played the game ever again.
Oh, that happened to me with a Fire Emblem game.
Oh no. Oh no. But yeah, dude, I guess gacha games, man, they do be kind of dead loose. I think, in a way, gacha games having a whole pity system is actually beneficial to its player base, or like to the livelihood of the game. I feel like, in a way. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Mystic Messenger. I actually got made fun of in high school for playing Mystic Messenger. Because Chimian, they look at me weird, like, what the heck? You're texting like fictional characters that don't even exist. Are you okay? And I'm
that's the whole appeal.
Yeah, that's the point of it.
That's the point.
I don't understand. We like 2D anime guys over 3D, man.
Exactly. It's like you could spend all this effort, you could spend like a massive amount of effort trying to get a 3D man and then have all that fail, but you have 2D men.
2D men stay with you forever. Exactly.
They may be pixels, but they stay with you forever.
3D is temporary, but 2D is forever. Oh no. But yeah, it's fine. I got used to being that person in high school who just gets teased and picked on and made fun of just for the. I'm always the joke, like the joke, like not really the joke, the what's the word?
Butt of the joke.
Butt of the jokes. Yeah.
Is that is that how it goes? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always like the butt of the jokes in my friend group, so I'm pretty used to it now, so it's fine. I'm even the butt of the jokes in my stream, so it's fine. In my own stream.
Oh, I remember that game.
Wait, what? Butt of the joke is that a game?
Oh no, as in that time. Oops. I remember that time when I played Mystic Messenger. I remember playing the OG back when the V and the who was the other person? Siron, yeah. Back when V and Siron's group didn't exist. Another story. So I played back before another story existed.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no. I was just gonna say I never actually finished the game. I always played Jumin Hang route, but I never finished it. Yeah. Jumin's.
Oh, so you never did Seven's route.
Nah. I know. My intention was like, look, I would have gone through it and have played all the routes, except I never even got through Jumin's route. So like, I'd always just stop Cause here's the issue with me playing that game. I'm so bad at responding to messages that I just ended up dropping that game inadvertently just because
because you have to be there for the chat room.
Yeah, I was just so bad at responding to messages. I'm like, oh fuck, I give up. I just never completed the game.
Well, speaking of that, it reminds me of a Valentine's event that was held for Punishing Grey Ribbon this year. Anyway, so for some reason, I tell other people about this event, and then everyone's minds got blown. So I'm gonna tell you guys what happened anyway.
Sure.
So what happens is, so keep in mind that Punishing Grey Raven is a Chinese, well, at least the Chinese server is obviously Chinese locked. So, but to participate in the event, you have to register. You have to register your phone number, and so obviously, if you don't have a Chinese phone number, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fair.
So you register your number, and then on Valentine's Day, your favorite character calls you.
That's cute.
I know, that's so cute. And then I think, and then so some amazing people out there on the internet have recorded these messages and put it on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, Bilibili. So if you missed it, you can watch it. But yeah, I'm like, wow. I wish imagine having this in Genshin. Holy crap! On Valentine's Day.
Yeah, dude,
you register your number and bully calls you.
Oh my god!
Holy crap!
I was about to ask I wish we get a Genshin Valentine event where we just go on a date with your character or something. Well, dude, if Elswood had that and oh my god, if I got a call from Raven, I think I'd start crying. I'm like, oh my god, his voice is so nice. I'm gonna start crying or something. I'm gonna be middle of the street, get a phone call. I'm gonna start crying on the street. The life of being fangirls, man. Okay, do we want to go through one more? Oh wait, are we cool with that topic?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ended it really
abruptly. Yeah, I am.
I'm good.
Okay. Okay, so I have a question written here that it's actually a sensitive question. I don't know if we want to go through this question on a podcast. Are you guys?
I think even if we did, it would take a really long time, and we only have 5 minutes.
Okay, we'll take it next week then.
Yeah, I don't mind asking it though, just in general.
Huh? What?
I don't mind answering it on podcast though. I just want to make that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll
I will have to think about it.
Yeah. Okay, I can leave the top 10 video games and the sensitive one for next week then. Yeah, that's fine. I think what's the oh, I don't know. Meteor, do you want to pick one? I'll pick a question that's short. Relatively short to fit in for the remaining 10 minutes we have.
The last one's funny.
Okay, alright. The last question is, would you ever work at a cross-dressing cafe if it paid six-figure salaries?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Holy crap, absolutely. Like being paid to cross dress as a guy, like this is not an issue for me.
I feel like for Sky and I, it's gonna be a hard yes. But the question is,
but at the same time, you have to consider that because of the current gender values in society, in Western society today, that it's extremely easy for girls to dress like guys. But it's not a very.
For a lot of guys, it's actually super attractive. Like the tomboys have risen up in guys' interest.
Really?
Let me say that. Oh heck yeah! Tomboy for guy interest, the tomboys have risen in recent years. Guys are super into tomboys.
Yeah, actually, I did see a meme recently where it's just like, oh, the chances of you dating a tomboy is this high, and there were like just people crying about it. The percentage was so low. So okay, but I actually didn't know that guys were into because I thought like, I've always had assumed that the guy's like a girl who's like very feminine, and, like dresses herself and looks pretty and like. Typical girl, like does makeup. So I was like, I was trying to be like those girls, right? The whole time.
I feel like that might be a thing because we're raised in Asian families who have, and Asian culture has extremely different. I would say much more rigid gender values.
This tomboy thing is definitely more of a modern type of thing. Like...
Because definitely I was starting to think that way because I was looking at a lot of Asian female Asian idols and stuff and how they dress. So I was like, I want to be like that. But I mean, tomboys getting more popular. I'm happy with that as well. Then I can like not care about anything. I'm joking.
I guess you have to like consider. But yeah, like obviously this question is very, very. Like a male might have a much harder time answering this.
Well, here's the thing. I think the thing with this question that just makes it an obvious yes, I at least think for anybody, is just the fixed six-figure salary. I don't think anybody would turn that. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna turn that down. And it's just like, what is it? Okay, let me say, if that was not a thing, I think I would just do it once, just for the hell of it, because like. There's actually a lot of things I would do that's actually a little bit more embarrassing just to like do it just because I think it just might be funny. Like, I'm just stupid, so I just do it for fun, just because it's funny. At least once.
Okay, does that mean you'd cross-dress on stream for the content?
No, that's a little bit. I don't think that's as funny.
Okay.
The actual just cafe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because actually, interestingly enough. I was like, I went up to my guy friends and I'm like, yo, can I dress you up in a maid outfit? And he kind of just says, yeah, sure, I don't mind actually. And I'm like, what?
It'd just be kind of funny. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I guess.
For the hell of it, yeah.
Yeah, screw it.
Yeah,
it's
honestly,
like Wait, do you guys know of the professional? Well, he's not a professional league player anymore, but the popular League of Legends player Sneaky.
No, I didn't know.
Oh, okay. So Sneaky.
Oh, Sneaky and Box both are really good at cross-dressing.
Sneaky. Because Sneaky actually earns so much. Well, not so much, but he actually earns a decent amount of money posting cross-dresses on social media.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
because I think because I think he first did it. No, I think he did it like once first. Well, I think so. The beginnings of it was I think in 2014 or something when he went to the World Championships in China. A fan sent him a maid outfit. It was like, hey, wear this. And then he was like, oh, I'll wear it because like, why not? Like just for the hell of it. And then boom. He did. And then since then, like he's just been posting cross-dressing videos every now and then.
Oh no,
Another
no,
video-
that fan has just ignited something in him.
Yeah, and
Oh
then
my
like
gosh.
no, he goes like all the way as well. I think for one cross dress, like he shaved his legs just for the nice leg shot. And
Okay.
then like,
See, yeah,
like,
I
his
wouldn't do all
girlfriend
that.
and then his girlfriend does his makeup and everything. Wow, it's actually amazing.
Look, here's the thing though, when it comes to like media, if you cross dress, like you just need to get some stockings, like or some thigh highs, and like you're good. You don't need to shave. Like you don't need to, like
Yeah.
legit just wear stockings, and it makes everyone's legs look better. Like
Okay.
my legs are like thick and muscled as fuck, right? So if I wear like shorts, I never wear shorts. Okay, I never wear shorts because I hate how my legs look. But if I wear stockings, then it's like it actually looks okay. So if I wear stockings, then I don't mind exposing my legs. But if I'm not wearing stockings, I'm like, okay, I'm hiding these.
Yeah, same. I think also because I think males tend to have more body hair than females.
Yeah.
So if your legs are really hairy, then
Oh yeah, my legs
your
are very
stockings,
hairy.
your stockings
but-
no problem.
Yeah, just with stockings and cover it up. It's like easy solution. Yeah.
Arms might need,
Oh,
depending on whether you're wearing long sleeves or short sleeves, your arms might need shaving, but I think that's a lot better than legs. I don't know.
No, but even then, okay. I actually, when I wear dresses, I always wear long sleeve dresses. I don't even wear short sleeve dresses because I think the same reason is I'm not bothered shaving my arms, so I just wear long sleeve dresses. And yeah, I guess I just don't. Okay, actually, the other reason is I don't like how my shoulders and my biceps wear. It's just like it's too thick, right? My biceps are too thick, so then I always cover it up with long sleeve as well because of that. So I guess in general, I just have a confidence issue with my self-image, so I always cover it up. Also, because I'm a bit more conservative, I don't really like exposing too much skin.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, it's a bit too cold. It's too cold, man. I can't deal with that shit. But yeah, in regards to Sneaky and Box, I actually thought Sneaky cross-dressing was just like a down low thing. I didn't know. I thought it was just like a one-time thing he did for funsies. I didn't think it was an actual like. Holy shit! I didn't think it was an actual like thing he was making money off of. God damn.
No, he does that as a side. No, his main revenue is definitely streaming now.
Yeah.
So the cross dressing is a side thing, but it's so good.
What the heck, man? Dude, because I would think like, oh, box cross-dressing, that's a side thing. So I thought box cross-dressing was way more than Sneaky. But no, oh wow, okay, I guess Sneaky is the one who's more into cross-dressing than box.
Wait, wait, this is a bit spicy for stream, so I won't post it.
What you look? Oh, yeah, okay, I want to see this now. Hold up. Wait, let me see this. God dang! What the?
What the hell? Okay.
Oh jeez, that's a guy. Oh Jesus, what the heck?
I'm getting out of here.
Oh no! I'm stunned.
See, that's the thing. That's the difference between. Like I do it for the joke, not for this.
Oh Jesus Christ, his ass is better than mine. What the?
Okay,
Oh
well,
my-
to be fair, that's like professionally done. So.
I can't.
I think I was impression on, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't actually know how he orders the cos. I'd imagine that. Oh no, that's right. I think his girlfriend is the one making the cosplays actually. Like his girlfriend puts in the hours to like custom make all this stuff with him.
Holy crap! Wait, why is he so thick? What the? Wait.
Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of editing there.
Okay, yeah,
There's a lot of things you can touch up and things like that.
okay, it's gotta be editing because I swear, isn't Sneaky like pretty lanky and thin?
I don't know. But dude, imagine like this started all because a fan sent him a maid outfit.
I mean,
Like,
sometimes that's how it happens. You one thing and then awakens something in you.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, this was kind of fun. Let's keep on doing it."
23.1k likes. Oh jeez.
But yeah, again, this is a bit spicy to put on the podcast. So, but if you guys want to check him out,
Meteor, put it on. You
that's
wouldn't.
Sneaky.
This guy's already
It was
giving the
all
handle.
across
That's
just
good enough. This guy's giving the handle. That's good enough.
Dude, I'm laughing at these quote retweets. It's just like this is why following the esports topic is worthwhile. And
because he's a professional.
this
He's
one
a
says,
professional league player. Yeah.
Exactly. And then this guy's like, Joshua's like, fuck it, I'm about to risk it all.
Oh my god.
Brian, this is what playing League of Legends will do to you. God damn.
Exactly.
Okay. Alright, yeah. Mad respect, but also very concerning. Oh, jeez. But yeah, I think I was gonna say something. Hold up real quick and check, where did I write it? Oh, alright. So speaking of cross-dressing, there's actually a character figure I want to talk about. Have you guys heard of Lady Beard?
Sounds familiar. Why?
Sounds familiar.
Okay, so he made a guest appearance on a Trash Taste podcast, and I was listening to it while I was walking the dogs because I was walking them for 90 minutes. But Lady Beard, he is basically he's basically a wrestler who cross dresses. So yeah. If you go search up the Trash Taste, you'll see him like cross-dressing. He's cross-dressing on Trash Taste.
Oh,
yeah,
this guy. Okay,
yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. So he's super popular in Japan for doing that gimmick of his, where he's just a guy who cross-dresses like a girl, and and he's like a wrestler as well. So it's really okay. He does so many different things. He goes from like, oh Jesus Christ, he's got so many different occupations. But what he has upcoming is he's gonna actually start his own idol group, and he's gonna become an idol now as well with 2 other cute girls. So in the past, what he actually was an idol in the past, where he was in Baby. You guys heard of Baby Metal?
Yeah, I used to listen to them way back in the day.
Yeah. So I guess he was like a member of Baby Metal for quite a while, for a little bit. But then they had to let him go for some reason unknown. Yeah, so he actually has experience of being an idol, and so Lady Beard, yeah, his whole gimmick is just pretty much just cross-dressing wrestler. He made his debut in Korea. No, not Korea. He made his debut in Hong Kong, and everyone loved the heck out of it because everyone else in the wrestling scene was just like they had nothing. But obviously, I guess like in Korea, he kind of died down a little, and he moved to Japan. And he's like, all right, this is where cross dressing is gonna be really popular. So then he moved to Japan, and then yeah, he's obviously an overnight sensation, I guess, because of that.
That's fine.
Oh.
Yeah. So Lady Beard, in regards to cross dressing stuff. Dude, if Meteor does actually cross dress, it gotta be when we go to America, please. We'll buy the outfit for you. I'm joking.
Just give us your measurements.
Oh my god.
I've never done makeup, but I'll try it out for you.
We'll buy makeup just for you.
Yo, this has to be the podcast thumbnail and the title of the podcast. Meteor cross-dressing.
Meteor cross-dressing.
Don't we mention at the end? You still call it that?
No, yeah, cross-dressing Meteor question mark. Wait, copy and paste Nova Imperator's face. Oh wait, no, you gotta put Maid Raven.
Yeah, I was gonna think of the Maid Raven. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, make that. It's gotta be such a good clickbait.
But that's probably what I would do is if you've guys seen that, or if you guys have seen the scene of Persona 4, the anime, where the main character cross dresses. I'd probably like that.
Yeah, we just do it for an event. No, what about for a convention, Meteor?
For a convention? I mean, maybe one day out of the however many days.
Okay. Alright, noted. If I ever want to go to an American convention... Oh, actually, that could be my excuse to go to America. Just tell me which convention you go to and I'll go to that convention. Alright, this is the plan. Alright, we gotta do this. Next 2.5 Crows podcast idea, cross-dressing Meteor.
2.5 podcasts, except we're all seeing a Meteor.
Oh my god.
Podcasting.
Oh, hi Rena, baby! Oh, how long was she in chat? Crow confirmed coming to America, give us measurements part 2. I'll come make the convention on the West Coast. Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, anywhere, any convention. A few minutes. Oh wow, perfect timing, Rena, baby. Honestly. Wow, actually, how did you know that? Wait, what? Wait, what? Why are you here, Rena, baby? What? Did you know that Meteor does podcasts? What? Okay, anyways. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's that? Wow, imagine not knowing your east, south, and west. Wow. Shame. Shame.
Like
Northeast, southwest. I tuned in for one, just didn't speak. All right, fair enough. I'm still Yeah, what? That doesn't. Wait, being Australian doesn't mean you don't know your northeast, southwest. What the fuck?
Yeah. That has nothing to do with where you lived. Unless you guys have it backwards over there. I don't think you do.
Oh yeah. We go southwest, northeast. Nah, but yeah. Okay. Do we want to move on to another question, or should we call it there for podcast today?
I think we've hit
Yeah, I think we
the
should call it
time
there.
on it.
Yeah. Save the questions. Alright, we gotta save the good questions, the spicy questions for next week. All right. Yeah. Look. I don't know why.
Yep.
I just went on. I don't know. I went on a spree. I just thought of so many stupid questions for some reason. I was just in the shower. And I'm like, I'm gonna ask them this question.
Shower thoughts.
Yeah,
Actually,
our
all
shower
these
thoughts.
questions. Yeah, all these questions I've made are just shower thoughts. Actually, no cap. Okay.
Alright. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up there. Alright, everybody. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week. May or may not be an ELS version. If there's something specific we want to talk about in the nature of ELS, of like we want to have a ELS cast or something like that, it'll be ELS version. If not, it'll just be a normal version. But that is it for what's up.
If we do an ELS, just to give, I think and we have nothing else planned, we can just go through some of the game ideas we have that I've written down.
Okay,
Like
that's an option too.
Yeah. Yeah. We can do that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Any last things you guys want to say? Ready to wrap it up?
I think nothing other than thank you for watching, listening,
Yeah.
coming, attending, what have you.
Yeah.
Please.
And yeah.
Please look forward to next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I apologize for going on a tangent about Made Meteor.
Oh my gosh.
Made Meteor.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Stop. Before you go too far.
I'm
Someone makes fan art of me in that.
I'm
It's
not
too late.
sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm too late. I'm not sorry. Time to commission Made Meteor Falcon.
Oh my god. Alright. We're out of here. Have yourselves a fantastic day. See you guys next time. Whether on Twitch stream or in the YouTube video this comes out, don't forget to ask your questions in the Discord channel. If you ever think of a question to ask us. Yeah, come to the Twitch streams too. Alright. We're out of here. Have yourselves a good day. And bye.